Memamo akwaba esai edeba unim se eyebone dwumadi so. Adie bakubi, I want to teach it in order to help us understand why we do what we do. Gintia yeye adia yeye. I want us to learn a little lesson from this. And how Jesus dealt with people, so that we will understand the concept, the fundamental motive behind why we are learning what we are learning. Na sayeka sebre ene enkrabia sanye mani mienu no eye difference enyepe enkrabia ne sebre ni mienu no fate and destiny no enya de kro mayemo mpaye yeda wase okronkro ni se enenso yesan wa konyase besua ho nimdie fami mo kyerɛkyerɛ mai na entiase enye o mai dia with Jesus Christ mo amen. Sayeka sebre anase enkrabia sane man mienu nya de kro faith no enkrabia no eye ade a enye onipa ene hyehyɛ enye wo na akofa ebeto wo so. You don't cause the effect in faith. Enti enkrabia no ye de free ya wosumu eneba ye wo a wo basasi so no what you came with eye wo enkrabia. So what you see, enti no enkrabia no eye predestined eye dia ya hyehyɛ ade ato ho deda ebia udi emfie se ya esese udi emfie se ya esese se na esie udi emfie se ya anase eduru sa level where sadi we necessary to eti enema bi tumi tutu obi wa brabom na yebusa se na wokra onkrabia te sen baby a wo free na wo ba no enkra udi ya wo ba no net sen because I don't think far ko bi go nipa na brabom na enema etuto so nipa we de enkrabia nye no net se enema eka no ho a odi bae dida enyo no na hyehyɛ se ento no, but there is something more powerful than ono ankasa did those situations and circumstances not to ho ema sane ma na tutu no eti onipa bia no onkrabia ne de wo no enyo na hyehyɛ to ho ba wo hyebre destiny eno de asase su ha na obefa no enti hyebre no onipa betumi asesa ne hyebre ama na yeyi na hyebre no enetumi alter onkrabia no ya hyehyɛ to ho eda ho. It is your faith onkrabia say edu the age of 25 a obiwu ba wo no destiny no obetumi di asesa enkrabia no. So what you say enti ade a ya twera to ho anade a oba beto no abusua mu say eda ho deda no enkrabia wa ba beto, but you can change what is happening in the family. Wo betumi asesa de kodia a tormented unipa ewabrabum in your family. It is unipa pese or odru baby wabrabomoa and only a friend of destiny. And in destiny, you do a lot of things to have a destiny, to have a destination. The word is born out of destination, where you are heading towards. So you program it, you arrange it, you organize it, you determine what goes into it or what comes out of it. So the destiny of man is never in the hands of God. You have to take your destiny into your own hands. You have to build life your own way. Into your actions and reactions are going to be born out of where you have decided to go in life. So the way a person behaves, how a person acts, it is dependent on baby and nipano decided say obeko. I want to be a millionaire in future. That is the destiny I want for myself. Because of that destiny, I'll go to school, I'll receive training, I'll do a whole lot of stuff, I will say, it, and near my attitude that may put it up, because of my destination, where I want to reach. That is why I'm acting the way I'm acting. It's, when you see somebody act in a certain way, it gives you an idea where the person is heading towards. It is it gives you an idea where the person wants to land finally. Which you be no your rascal or your criminal. It gives you an idea where the person wants to land. And now baby at the nature say oko. Because obviously we are or ye into criminal activities. Who said the person is preparing to go to a place, and that is prison. So your destiny, the edilko eyewo actions or attitude. And I'm saying that destiny ye fan was as so, ye session was as so, before into means some was sebre emani unless you allow it. God cannot even interfere with your destiny unless you allow him. It is will be able brana ne drew baby na enyeya. Then the person who said, no, baby, I need somebody to come into my life and change my course of actions and change the way I think and change the way I do things. Then the person begins to look for someone else. It's your friends can make input in your destiny. Your parents can make input in your destiny. Your pastors can make input in your destiny. Life coaches and your friends and mentors can make input in your destiny. And finally, God can make an ultimate input in your destiny. So we call him a destiny changer. God will not change your destiny when you have not allowed him to come in, because you have decided to be where you want to be. Come and change this for me. But what in common say? And most often than not, when we see somebody has a bad destiny, they say brenya, it is not because witches have bewitched the person. It is simply because the person acted in a certain way. So the actions and inactions of man will catapult you to where you are in life, or where you're going to be in life. Destiny is not fixed. It is not predetermined. To and now decide to say, this is where I want to be. Because of that, I will act in this way. Many of us, we have a distorted information when somebody acts in a certain way. When somebody chooses to drink alcohol, you should understand, say, the person by the action of drinking alcohol has determined or has decided to reach a certain stage in life. Because eventually, as you keep on drinking the alcohol and drinking, so what they have in Tuncheya, it tells you that your end will not be good. So if you don't want a bad end, you have to alter the process of the action. But what I'm say? Because he who is drinking alcohol, he who is into womanizing, he who is into falsehood, he who is into money ritual, definitely knows that I'm getting somewhere. And they know their end. Into onokwaphobia and the we know. Obi oyo trofo na we know. Obi oyo kwadwofo na we know. Obi on say any action you put up on earth, or any attitude you put up on earth, it's the kind of destination you are heading towards. Therefore, that conviction in me will influence what I do. But what in say? So when I pose the question, why do we do what we do? When I pose that question, I'm just trying to draw your attention to the fact that why do we do what we do? The actions that we are doing, the action is not the problem. Okay, the action is not the problem, because the action determines your destination, your destiny, dear Babeto. So if the action is not the problem, then we don't have to attack a sanomno. We have to cause the change from somewhere else. It is over from the beginning of the of this platform. No, I have been teaching on several things. Mekasebia nimdie, the knowledge. Because I know said the reason you are fornicating, the reason you are lying, the reason you are not loyal, the reason you're not faithful, the reason you are disrespectful, the reason you're proud, the reason you are this or that is because you do not have a certain knowledge. So if I come and attack your action, I'm doing it the wrong way. I have to impart in you a certain kind of knowledge. So your ways or your deeds are. I just don't have to say no, I have to bring you an information which will influence what you do with your life. And when I give you that information, you have the choice to determine where you want to be, where you want to land, where you want to go, and that is your destiny. So your actions will be born out of the knowledge I am providing for you. But Jesus was not quick to attack or to touch the actions of men and women, but he was quick to introduce to us a process. He was quick to introduce to us an environment which will enable us change what we do. Because only baby oye baby no oye baby because wati baby and awehunu baby, and that's exactly the process I'm going to take you through. So destiny is the account of what we do every day. Therefore, the destiny of a person is not prefixed or predetermined, but it is shaped or transformed by what we do. Therefore, let's go and look at the process. The process unipebia fem ansana wababeye die oye. Why the person slapped you? Let us look at why. Why the person is so much into ritual money. Let's go and understand why. Why he's been beating his wife. Let's go and understand. If it's taking you through this process, although it's not a lengthy lesson, I believe it will help you to understand the reason we're having all these kinds of teachings and being exposed to all these kinds of knowledge. At the end of the day, I want you to live well physically. I want you to live well metaphysically, and I want you to live well spiritually. These are the three dimensions of life: physical, metaphysical, and spiritual. And I've told you, say, physical ni ehunemu, esese wokoso, ese otumpon. Afi yekoso sunu yase, esese unya hode a, odibedi the dark world, so principalities, demons, evil spirits near the day. Ese unya hode a, odibedi omoso. And spiritually, you must grow to be like God. So these are the three dimensions. And in every dimension of life, you need a certain kind of knowledge to be able to do what you do. So let's go and find out, or let me take you through the process of why do we do what we do. Why is he doing that? Let us go and listen to why we do what we do. Making carefree or senkafo, Solomon senkafo no itia eyedu bako. Nichichi moa eye enkron. Ecclesiastes chapter number 11, verse number 9 to number 10. Atifia semose emranti brimu emijie. Abrantie, mawendinye omofrase. Ninya akumapa, womranti brim. Nafa wakoma akwanso. Eni die wani hunumu. Fa wakoma kwanso. There's a wakoma nebeka chiro say ye no. Ye. Whatever you desire to do, when once the idea is conceived in your heart, once you have a feeling to chop the ladies, do it. Once you have the feeling to drink alcohol, do it. Once you want to do that, whatever your heart desires to do, you just go ahead and do it. Whatever your eyes set or sees and you feel you desire, just go ahead and do it. Okay? And okay, say, and so who say, yenum yinenti eno nyankopon de obeko atimum, because of your actions. Adi awo yeno, eno ene de oba kupie unyankopon atimum. 82 Corinthians 5 verse 10 say, etwa sɛ yi nyinaa kopie Kristo atemu dwa n'anim hɔ. Na deɛ obi anam ne nipadua so yɛyɛ, your actions, ade a woyɛyɛ, your deeds, deɛ obi anam ne nipadua so yɛyɛ no, ɛno ɛna wɔkɔ akɔbu ho akonta ɛde akyerɛ Awurade. So the actions of man is what determines your destination. And on this earth, before you leave here, we have two destinations, either heaven or hell. So what you do with your life, your actions determine where you want to be. If you land in the destination of hell, it was your actions. If you land in the destination of heaven, it was your actions. So verse 10 in Ecclesiastes 11, or say, na yi arehu firi wakumem, ne ma adibone empare wo honam, ma adibone empare wo honam, na emofrase ene mrantibre eye ehuhudie. So Solomon has given us a clue of what our actions will turn out to be in the days of our end. Now, let me take you through the process. Or say, ne wakuma betiro se bia obeye bia ye. The burden of wakuma natural say go and chase women. A burden of wakuma natural say go and do this. Why would you do what you're gonna do? Now, I will give you 7 processes by which we land at our actions. 7 processes by which we land at our actions. You go through a system, you go through a process. You don't just get up and do what you do. Adina nipane yena enya wo wadwe wo wonti ase no enye prekupe ne ba ne trim se onye. The person went through a process, and I'm going to take you through that process so you understand why people do what they do. Then you begin to understand why you do what you do. So if you want to change what you do, it is not the action that matters, it is the process that you change. The first thing that influences our actions is the environment. The environment. Number 1, the environment where we find ourselves. And the environment refers to what others think and do. So the environment refers to what others think and do. It is not what you think. What others think and do. And near with a environment to be baby a wono, where you find yourself at a point in time, the beginning of your actions start from there. What other people think and do. Now, maminchire wadie, the moment you are born as a little child, before now, one of the members on the platform, Kasa Simwe, before you did what you did, you were born into an environment. You were born into a home. You were to baby. Okay? Ubi pie ebusue bim. The busiana ubi pie mono, that was your environment. What others did and what others thought of you, Sani mani mienu, was the beginning of your actions. If you grew up in a home or in an environment where people kept on raining insults on others, we do not expect you to behave otherwise. We do not expect you to act otherwise. Your actions are going to be that of your environment. Because you were put into a certain environment. That environment, you only saw men beating women. And as you grew, that was all that your environment made you see. So, we will not be surprised if you grow up to beat women or you become a bully. Because that was what your environment was. If I want you to stop beating a woman, and I am going directly by touching your action, I'll be doing the wrong thing. I have to put you in a different environment. Okay? And the moment you enter a different environment, your actions begin to change. All right? A child who saw his father beat his mother every day will eventually beat his wife. A woman, a daughter, a child who saw the mother insulting Nikunu every day, this child eventually will end up insulting and disrespecting her husband. Why is she doing what she's doing? Because of the environment. So if you want her to change her actions, you have to change her environment. So the problem is not her action. The problem is the environment. Because you act in accordance with your environment. Ghana is an environment. USA is an environment. When somebody is so lawless in Ghana, it is because the people in the environment are lawless. That is why the person is so lawless. This person is so lawless and indisciplined because Ghanaians, the environment is like that. And you do not expect a society to produce something different from itself. If we have 10 thieves, the one who is going to be the president will be the chief thief. The leader. You don't expect to find somebody who is not a thief in an environment of thieves to come and lead them. So the environment has a great impact. It is the beginning of your actions. Before you do what you do, your environment is so crucial to what you do with your life. It is because Ghana and Ghanaians, the environment is so lawless. A Ghanaian is lawless. But many people include USA. A different environment. It's your coho, not the lawlessness in Oduduwa, not the whole channel. It is a nipanet now for about 10 years, 5 years, 6 years. Ube who say, all of a sudden, nipa nanko ye so lawless, I feel your law abiding. If you oba back to Ghana, then the person will begin to complain of the lawlessness. What caused the change in the person's actions? The environment. So if you want somebody to stop drinking, if you want somebody to stop fornicating, if you want somebody to stop doing what the person is doing, the problem is not the action, the problem is the environment. Change the environment and the thought process will change. Change the environment and the action of the person will change. It is once baby a woman what general deeds no actions no answer. Na bitirima dia babesi Matthew 4 verse 17. The ente Yesu ka asasem no ewo ho. Ehọ na bitirim e dia babesi. Because what we do, why we do what we do, the first thing that comes into play is your environment. It will nipa ananka onye time conscious. On fabre time bia open okwa adwuma Ghana ha ya set time mama de say bradwuma sabri we o mada. So what you see, because that is the nature of the environment we find ourselves. That is what you see everybody do. That is what you see people think. So wo ko adwuma ntem ko say na wo kra adwuma no e your papa dia. Aba adwuma de enye ne sao. Watching common say that is the kind of environment. So you become a product of the environment. This is the environment you were born in. So how do we expect you to act in a certain way which you have not been informed, which you don't know? You definitely act in accordance with the way your environment behaves. So the environment here refers to what others think and do. And what you met in the environment is who you turn out to be. If you want to act in a certain way, you must be willing to change the environment. Environment is so powerful. Say Obi ewaha. Now, over here, no, you realize, say, in a certain way, we do something. Ebia, kwaya ye faso worry. Yahano. According to our environment, you know, our reaction say ye wo. So what you see? Na subit na ha ne kwande nyina. As I say, who to say, nipa no, utu kwan ko baby fufra, aware sese ya onim wo ha no eno no bepese o de beye adwuma basi nipa ne kotena wa baby fufuro na cha ube se nipa no environment in besesa no eti se de sigi aware wo baby ano wo first no ube hu ni say no baby ama be de se pese me ware wa ha I cannot use what I know in my environment. Therefore the man is it changes the mood of environment and the mood of his actions towards marriage, you know, hey baby or cotton. So what in common I say. Therefore, if you want somebody to change the actions, ask where does the person belong. If you be munu free, because when baby and nipani free bar, you understand why we is so precious to the person. If you know baby and nipani free bar, you understand why the person is prostituting. So you don't just get up and attack the prostitute, but you have to change the environment. So what you say, who change the environment, you know, for the person? The person will change the actions. Put that in mind. So the first thing that comes into play when somebody is doing what the person is doing is your environment. After the environment, the next thing that informs a person's actions is knowledge. Number 2, knowledge. And knowledge refers to what you know. You do what you do because of what you know. Some years back, you were not a doctor. Now you are able to operate on a person. It's because of the knowledge. Some years back, you spoke in a certain way, but now you are so refined and so disciplined because of the knowledge. Some time back, now I dream me, but because of the knowledge. So knowledge is very powerful. All right, knowledge is very powerful. Bring me by. You didn't really relate to people who were intellectuals. You found it tough to understand them. But once you went to school, you got training, you were informed, you became a new person. Now, your body hasn't changed, but your actions and reactions have changed. What caused the change? Because of knowledge. It is to be second in the what the person is doing, you know, he's doing it because he had the knowledge. In fact, what I'm doing, teaching, I didn't just become a teacher. A lot of pastors are preaching, but what I'm preaching and what I'm teaching, it didn't just come out of the blue. It was born out of a certain knowledge. So what I say, that is why I am doing what I'm doing. If I'm behaving in a certain way, it depends on the knowledge. So what in common I say. So knowledge is the second factor when it comes to what someone is doing. The actions of people, they are born out of knowledge. So number 1, your environment. Number 2, what you know. What others think of you, what others think and do. And number 2, what you know, they are the processes that people go through to do what they do. So therefore, if I have a certain knowledge, because of that knowledge, I will behave in a certain way. Standing the unity, no, medesu baby di, meni ye bi ebede because of adia nimdia mensaka. Se meye mejuma nimdia bi mensaka enti. Meye mejuma no in a certain way. So what you say, but se mi nimdia bi so it is different from how I will do my work. Ubi wa nanka onye nokwafo nanka onye time conscious. But nimdie bia ne saka wo platform is you know amanda sisa ni subai ne his attitude towards work amanda sisa the attitude towards man his fellow human being amanda sisa because before now the person was behaving in a certain way, but when the knowledge came, that same person has been able to change his or her actions. Knowledge is very powerful. So if a person wants to behave in a certain way, the person must get a knowledge. So if you keep on doing what you do every day, you will get the same results. But the moment you receive a knowledge and you do things differently, you begin to get different results. So nobody gets different results by repeating what he does. You get different results because you got different knowledge. But what in common I say? So therefore, the second factor in our actions is knowledge. Take note of that. The third thing, the etosomiensa, is experience. We do what we do because of the experiences we've had in the past. And the experience we're talking about is what you have gone through in life. Because of experience. So if you want the person to change his attitude or his action, give him a different experience. Money experiences something different from what the person went through, and he will change his attitude. We respond to situations in life and certain issues in life based on our experiences. So therefore, the environment alone does not play a role in our actions. Knowledge alone does not play a role in our actions. But experiences will also keep us informed of what we should do and what we should not do. Because of the experiences I had with people doing business, I have developed certain policies and principles by which I conduct my business. And if you are not going to fit in it, say, to me, accept my policy, no, I'm not ready to work with you. Then you go about and say, do you know why the person is not understanding you and putting up that attitude? People have put him through certain experiences. He trusted people and they deceived him. He gave money to people and trusted them in the hands, and they bolted away with the money. It is on you, and now. Don't blame that person. You have to give him a different experience. Now, they are so disrespectful to men. You know why? Because of the experiences some men have put them through. So if you want that lady to be respectful, you have to give the woman a different experience. As for you are repeating what others did. You are repeating the same experience that she had with other men. Do you think she's going to respect you? So the reason the lady is not respecting is because she has an experience. What you say? She has an experience. It is a me. Or sister, not obey respectful. I have to give her a different experience, and the experience she gets from me will change the way she acts. So that the third thing we look at in the actions of people, you ask yourself the experience they have been through. Why is she behaving the way she is behaving? Because she's gone through a lot. Mumu Bibria, your attitude towards men of God, no, and you're so bad. You don't respect men of God. You don't believe in what they say. You don't care about their directions. Why? Because of your experiences with other men of God. Eti mebaye and a message behave in a certain way like the people you have been exposed to before. You come so hard at me, and I won't understand the way you are so disrespectful, or you are so I don't know how to put it. But your attitude towards me, it's not because I've done something wrong to you. It's not because it's not because I've lied to you, but you're behaving the way you're behaving because of your experiences with other men of God. So what I say, it's the moment you hear or you begin to feel something, this guy is trying to behave like Osofui. You have an experience, and that is why you are going to put me in the same situation. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, say, our actions, when I'm done with the process, I'm going to make a link and I will make a point so that you won't continue to behave the way you behave. But now, you're doing what you're doing because of your experiences with other people, with other men of God. Oh, obi correct because atronkwa isikenti na oba so phobia so resika semunti. Why you saying that is because You've had several experiences with men of God who were so manidicious, seditious. They were so money conscious that they didn't even care. All they cared about was what they were going to get from you. And you've been with such people over and over and over again. So I shouldn't blame you because of your attitude, because of what you're doing. And you will be the man that experience. So if I want you to behave in another way, I must begin to impart, change the environment, all right, change the knowledge, okay, give you a different experience. And the fourth thing is, I'm going to expose you to that. When I have given you a different experience, then the next thing that informs your actions, your beliefs, what you accept as true. Your beliefs, your belief system informs you of what you should be doing. Anything you accept as true becomes a belief, and you do what you do because of what you believe in. Why do you pray? Because you have come to accept, say, Jesus Christ answers prayers. You believe in it, so you pray. So, the person doesn't have a belief. He has not accepted Christ. He has not accepted Christ as being a savior. So what you say? So, you don't expect the person to go to church or to love the things of God. If you force it on him, you're doing the wrong thing. Begin to ask yourself, what is the belief system? Obi e believe we say obompaya eradibiti. Obi so believe we say there is no God, and things that happen to man, they are born out of what you do. But the question you ask yourself is, why do you do what you do? Because you believe in something. And someone who doesn't have a belief doesn't do anything in terms of faith. So the reason you are going out with that man is because you have accepted him as being genuine and true to his words. You have accepted him, so you believe in him. The moment the belief comes, you do what is nice. If you don't believe in something, you reject it. That is it. If you don't believe in something, you reject it. So your belief system has a role to play in what you do with your life, your actions. So you consider the processes that I'm giving you. That's the mekabro fododo. Odie niye mebobo so bano wa kasano fa wa sese tina senedwe wo baby a yewo toy where you find yourself. Nimdia won saka, the knowledge you have received, experiences that you've gone through, and yema wafem any yema wujidi and awujitum se eye nokre. These things, once a process nebano, they are leading to your action. So what you see? It is number 4, your beliefs. They have a role to play in what you do. Number 5, your values. What you treasure. The relevance or the importance you give to something. Your values. You know, if you treasure your mobile phone, your action towards the mobile phone will be different. But if you don't treasure it, baby, you can leave the phone anywhere. If you treasure your wife, if you value your wife, if you don't value her, your action is going to be different. So what you treasure, adia wu busa eyemfasodie ehu hia no ekire subaya obeda na di ananiya obeda na di. If you value your work, your action will be different. If you don't value it, your actions will be different. If you value your society, your actions will be different. If you don't value it, your actions will be different. If you value friendship, if you treasure your friendship, as soon as you'll be behave towards your friend. And if you do not treasure it, as soon as you'll be behave. Therefore, your values also comes into play. That is the 5th thing that leads to your action. Then we come to your choices. What do you see as right? Your choice. I see this as the right thing to do, so therefore I will do that. Your choices. All right, now let's look at it. So from your environment to knowledge to your experience to your beliefs to your values to your choices, all of these things will lead you to item number 7, your actions, what you do. Your environment, what others think and do. Knowledge, what you know. Experience, what you go through. Beliefs, what you accept as being true. Values, what you treasure. Choices, what you see as right, gives the product of actions. Number 7. Therefore, the actions of people are rooted in these processes, and the environment of a person is so crucial to what he or she does. Eti Yesu Kristo baye no, ohun say the problem is not with the actions of people, but the environment they find themselves. So Jesus did not touch the actions of people because that was not the problem. The problem was the environment. For example, when the woman was caught in adultery, Jesus did not condemn her because she belonged to a certain environment producing that kind of a lifestyle. And what environment was that? Jesus came to meet an environment on earth. Or betu, say you condition, you will be a yibim. We belong to a certain kingdom. And that kingdom was an environment. That kingdom gave us knowledge. That kingdom gave us experiences. That kingdom gave us belief system. That kingdom gave us values. That kingdom gave us choices. And so our actions are born out of that kingdom, that environment. So in Matthew chapter number 4, verse number 17, he says that repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It means that Jesus met us in a certain environment, and we are behaving the way we are behaving because of the environment we belong to. But what say? So obi pese osesa ni suman, obi pese ojai ensanom, obi pese ojai krono, obi pese ojai semkeka, obi pese ojai adie bi a wo ya. You are doing what you do because you belong to the kingdom of darkness. You belong to a kingdom of the devil. You belong to a worldly kingdom. But I tell you, if you want to be able to change the adultery, if you want to be able to change the gossip, if you want to be able to change the fornication, if you want to be able to change anything you are doing, then I am introducing to you a different kingdom, a different environment, with different knowledge, with different experience, with different belief system, with different values, with different choices, which will give birth to different actions. So this was the problem. This is a very fantastic policy, principle. Yes, will say the actions of the people is not a problem, but where they belong to. So I introduced the kingdom of heaven. It is from the beginning, between the unim say ayebone. Adiena wo ye no, ebia unim say ayebone. Ebi so a unim say ayebone. But the reason you are doing what you're doing is because you belong somewhere. It is a mebadia. Na me pese wo sesa ne wo ye no because I see it as wronger. The SSM they say, I have to introduce to you the kingdom of heaven. Number 2 say in the kingdom of heaven, this is the knowledge. So when you get a new knowledge, you get a new action. All right? And when you get a new experience, you get a new action. When you get a new belief system, you get a new action. When you get a new values, you get a new action. And when you get to choose the right thing now, you get a new action. So Jesus did not temper, did not touch the actions of people. He introduced a new kingdom. And he says, come and follow me. Come and follow me. Medi ahini bi aba. Medi a different environment aba. me de biaye fufuro bi aba nimdia ewo ho nie. In the worldly kingdom, in the kingdom I found, you were taught, say, when somebody does you wrong, you also do wrong to the person. Tit for tat. I know I'm a better. Maybe I'm a better. No, you catch say, when the member da, ubi ye, ubi yesika. It didn't say only member than they say. I mean, you belong to a certain environment. Watching common say, but the kingdom I've brought, the new environment I've brought, nim do unuya say, adia yadiya wa enye odeno, and find you unuya. So what you say, that is the new kingdom. It is a person who change or swapo environment, na ubidi unyankopon ahini ni mua. So nya be remua, ube se di suba in a bede, a besesa. Ube se the me no a besesa. But the problem I have with people, they say, even after telling me, say, we have changed our kingdom, you freed the kingdom of the world, and we have entered into the kingdom of heaven. Their mind has still not been changed. So you find people who say they are part of God's kingdom, and yet they do the works of the worldly kingdom. It doesn't work that way. Teachings are they are teachings that pertains to the heavenly kingdom. These are not teachings that pertain to the earthly kingdom. They are teachings that pertain to the heavenly kingdom. It is to be seen, or be a part of the heavenly kingdom. The person must accept the knowledge of the heavenly kingdom. The person must accept the experience of the heavenly kingdom. It is only in the heavenly kingdom where somebody can die for your sins. But in the worldly kingdom, you are punished, or you cannot be saved by the master of that kingdom. In fact, on obey require your soul. What you say? Upon some day, obey demanding your soul, obey kill you. But Jesus died; He killed Himself for you. So it tells you, say, the two environments, they contain different beliefs, different knowledge, different values, different choices. And so when you belong to one, you must do the things of one. So how come you have become a part of God's kingdom, the heavenly kingdom, but you continue to exhibit the traits of the worldly kingdom? So you don't have to remain in the heavenly kingdom when you know, say, you are not ready to comply with the things of the heavenly kingdom. That is it. So you choose a side, and the side you choose influences your actions. The moment you left Ghana and you entered the States of America, your lawlessness changed because you have entered a different environment. So how come your actions haven't changed the moment you came into Christ? Because Abia, you have changed the environment, but the knowledge has not been given you. And now I'm giving the knowledge. So if you want to change, you must accept the knowledge. Because the knowledge is going to change you. The experience you're going to have with me will change you. The values, your belief system is going to change you. Your value, what you treasure most. What do you treasure most? Your life. Salvation. Do you treasure salvation? If you treasure salvation, if salvation is more important to you, I tell you, my sister, I tell you, my brother, you are going to change your action because you know the value of heaven. If you know the value of heaven, if you know the estimate of heaven, you will change. Because you don't know, you are behaving the way you're behaving. So the problem is where you belong. So if you want to change, look at your environment. If you want to change, consider your knowledge. If you want to change, the experiences. If you want to change, your belief system. If you want to change, your values. If you want to change, your choices. In the kingdom of heaven, there is so much decency. But in the kingdom of darkness, we have vain and profane dress codes. In the kingdom of heaven, we practice holiness and purity, sanctification. In the kingdom of darkness, we fornicate and defile ourselves. In the kingdom of heaven, we fear God, there is godliness. In the kingdom of darkness, there is idolatry and worldliness. So you see, where you belong defines what you do. What you do is therefore not the problem, but where you belong. So today, I want you to assess what you do and look at where you belong. I want you to assess what you do. Look at your actions. Check yourself and know where you belong. I am coming to the end of the lesson. Are you part of God's kingdom? Because those who belong to the kingdom of heaven behave in a certain way. Are you part of the dark kingdom? Those who belong there behave in a certain way. If you are checking who, after all said and done, checking who baby are belonging. Baby are if it's a diawo yeno, actually baby are. It is all shena baby are a diawo yeno, actually say what the dark word are. You know what to do. So she na baby are diawo yeno, which checking who say baby are no the kingdom of heaven there. You still know what to do. And what I'm leaving behind with you before you bring in your questions is a simple prayer topic. Lord Jesus, I give my life to you today. Make me a new person by the power of your Spirit. Forgive me of all my sins and help me to change my environment into the kingdom of heaven. Thank you, Lord, for accepting me. If you believe in that, you say amen, and then you check where you belong.